Alright, what is up everybody? Happy Friday. Friday. It is finally Friday and today was my day off. And for today's video is going to be a little bit different, but I wanted to talk about something pretty much that I did all day, and that was play video games. And then I thought to myself, video games are pretty expensive, but it's not just buying a game anymore. You buy a game for $50, $60 or whatever it is, and it's not just that. They release downloadable content. There's little things you can buy in games, and even free games on your phone. You still have to put money into it in order to advance. So for today's video, I'm gonna kind of get in a little conversation and talk about how video games, they're not cheap anymore. Not anymore. Alright, so I'm here at GameStop right now, and about games being really expensive. So GameStop is one of the top, I guess, gaming stores that you see anywhere, but they also like take back games, and they give you nothing when they take back games. You can come back with like a stack full of games and get like $4 or $5 for them. So yeah, I mean, you can buy a game for a lot of money, but when you try to sell it back, you get chump change. Alright, so while I was at GameStop, I asked them, how much would you guys give me back for this game? So this game is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and I played this game I think like 3 times ever, and they're like, you can get $5 back. $5 back. You know how much I paid for this game? Probably like 50 bucks. I paid $50 for this game, and they're gonna offer me $5. Yeah, like, they make money, of course, by selling the games, but again, whenever they want to buy a game back, again, a $50 game, they're only gonna give you $5 back. Really? Come on, GameStop. Alright, now when it comes to gaming consoles have gotten, I would say, a lot more expensive ever since the very first console, which is the Atari. They had some other ones before that, but the Atari is like the main one, the starter, I guess you would say, about video games. At the time, the Atari was only $200. $200 for the Atari. This was in 1977. And at that time, that was the latest and greatest. Now, when you look at video game consoles nowadays, they went from $200, now they're all the way up to $500. $500 per console, and that's for the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4. So today I spent most of my day playing video games, and I was actually talking to one of my buddies, Flan, you know who you are, pretty much why games have become more expensive. And when you look at a game now, it's 60 bucks. So $60 for a game, and you just buy the disc and you're able to play the game, whatever comes with it. But nowadays, it's more than that. It's not just buying the video game. You know, in another month or 2 months or so, once the game is released, there's a new map. There's a new level. There's a new this, there's a new that, and these things cost money. So you can buy the game for $60, but let's say there's a downloadable content that comes out that's $20. So that $60 game just went up to $80. And let's say another 2-3 months go by, hey, there's another DLC, let's charge $40 bucks for that DLC. So now that $80 game just turned to a $120 game. So all these DLCs, all these map packs, things like that, they cost money, and a lot of people are gonna want to play the new games, play the new maps and things like that, which is understandable, because that's one way that these companies are making money. For myself, I've bought in like 1 DLC I think in my lifetime or so, but that's it. And then I was going to buy another one just very recently, but I'm putting a lot of money into this one game. And everybody else has the new stuff, and I'm still stuck on the old stuff. So to me, it's not, I mean, I can afford it, but that's just putting a lot of money into a video game that I already own, but in order to play the rest of the stuff, I have to buy more things, and you know, just to be a part of all the new features and things like that. You know, why do they do this? Money. Are they going to keep doing this? Most likely yes, because again, it's all about the money. Alright, one thing I do want to also talk about, I want to compare old school games versus the new school games. So back in the day when we had the Atari, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, games like that, or consoles like that, it was just a disc and that's it. There was no downloadable content. There was not really any online gameplay. There was nothing like that. So, you know, when you compare the games now, everything's online. A lot of the times people buy games just for the multiplayer. So the campaign is always a big thing on a lot of the games, especially back then. The campaign was really big. But now when you look at campaign, it's not as much. So people buy games just to play multiplayer, just to play online and things like that. So that's a huge change, a huge difference. Back in the old school games, you bought the game and you bought the entire game. That's it. If they came out with a second game like a year later or 2 years later, then you want to play the second game, you get the second game. But now there's so much downloadable content on these new games, and it's just you have to have it. You know, I need to get this so I can do this and I can do that. And all this downloadable content is costing a lot of people money. And it's not just that. There's things that you can buy in the game so you could get the latest gear, look the best, have the latest gun, things like that. So I don't want to compare it to fashion, but people want these things like, oh, I'll put how much money I have to so I can get these things that everybody has and everybody wants and things like that. So games I'll use Call of Duty Black Ops as an example. You can pay money to get fake money in a game in order to purchase something in the game. So yeah, so now that game, that $60 game ended up going from $60 to however much money you're putting in just to buy these things. Yeah, now that game is going even up in price, up in price, up in price. Going back over to the new consoles, if you want to play multiplayer, if you want to play online, things like that, it is not free. For Xbox Live, it is definitely not free. I have an Xbox Live and I paid $60 for it. That's for a year. So for the year, I can play Xbox Live all I want and do all this other stuff. But once the year's up, I gotta buy myself another one. Same thing with PlayStation. I don't know what it costs for that one, but you also have to buy a subscription so you can play online. And again, it's about $60. So you're paying to play. So every year you're paying to play online, and that's another thing, you know. So that's another $60. That's not even for a game. That's just so you can play online. So yeah, these new games, consoles, everything, it's getting a lot more expensive. And for those of you out there that aren't really into console games, you know, like Xbox, PlayStation, things like that, look at your phone. So your phone comes with, you know, you can download a lot of games on your phone. I'm going to use one as an example. I play Clash of Clans. So Clash of Clans is a very, very, very popular game, and I saw somewhere that this company, Supercell, that's actually the company that makes it, they make $1.2 million a day. $1.2 million a day from this game. So pretty much what you can do in this game is you have gems. So you can purchase these gems to speed up something that's being built, to get more gold, get more elixir, get more all these things. You put your own money into getting all these things. So a lot of the times people that do this, they want to advance in the game a lot faster. So the more money they put into it, you know, the faster they can advance in the game. So things like that, it's, again, you're putting your own money into this game. And by the way, it is free to download. So you can download this game and play it wherever you want and whenever you want. And you know, if you want to be better and do better in that game, you're going to have to buy gems and put money into it and things like that. So I've never been a fan of that. I've gotten actually all the stuff from that game for free. So I use this app. Don't worry, this is not an ad. I'm not supporting this application, but it's called Google Rewards. So the way Google Rewards is pretty much you get sent surveys. Is my email going to come up on there? Yeah, it's at the bottom, but I don't know if you can see it. But it's called Google Rewards. It's going to be super blurry, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time, guys. But it's Google Rewards, and then this application pretty much allows you to, send you surveys, and then they, meaning Google sends you surveys, and you just answer them. I answer them honestly, and they give you change. They give you like some money for it. So far, I've been using that application for a while, actually since 2014. Yeah, so I've been using it for 2 years, and of that application, I've actually racked up $66. So I made $66 just by answering surveys in the last 2 years, which isn't bad. So a lot of that money, a lot of that free money, I guess, that I got, I use it towards that game. So I never actually put any of my own money into the game. I just used Google's money, which is pretty cool. Alright, aside from all of that, again, video games is a great way to hang out, enjoy yourself, and not really, stress out about other things. Depending on what game you're playing, for me, I stress out all the time. But yeah, video games are, again, they are pricey, but a lot of the times, people buy video games, for the story, the multiplayer, and things like that. For myself, I play video games for fun, I like the social interaction because when it comes to the new model games, I'm able to hang out, talk to a lot of my buddies from back home, play some video games and things like that. So it is really cool, and again, technology has just advanced like crazy, and what we can do now with these video games, consoles, things like that, is just ridiculous. So for me, I will always be a gamer. I don't know when I'm going to stop playing video games, maybe if I lose my hands. Knock on wood, I hope I don't lose my hands. But again, video games are getting really, really pricey. So for those of you out there that do play video games, just, again, those DLCs, those map packs, all those things, you don't need all those things. As appealing as it might be, you don't need those. Again, if you're really, really into the game and that's something you'd like to do, go get them. For me, again, I bought in a couple of DLCs and things like that, and they were fun and everything, but again, for me, I do it for the interaction, hanging out, playing video games with my friends, online, things like that, and so yeah. So more of all this is, again, video games are getting really expensive, but again, they don't have to be. When it comes to the DLC, doing all this stuff, you don't have to get them all. Just play the game. That's just me personally. But for that though, that is going to be the end of my vlog for today. So I hope you guys like this little chatter of me kind of going off on video games, kind of what I think of it, why they're expensive, things like that. So I hope you guys did enjoy that. A little bit different from all my normal vlogs. Today was my day off, so I definitely enjoyed it by playing video games, and I spent $0 because I already have all the video games that I want, for right now at least, until like some other games come out, then I'm going to want to buy that. But that's going to be it though for my video. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to edit and then go to bed, and then that's going to be it. Rex, say bye. Rex is just staring at me. But good night everybody. I will see all of you guys tomorrow, and you guys have a good one.